Hey guys, been a busy weekend, but I promised you guys some Crimson versus Meowzilla testing. So I got my good old buddy Yeet here, and we are just testing real quick. I'm seeing how my March performs with Stormroy, Meowzilla, and Layla against his March, and then seeing how my March performs with Stormroy, Crimson, and Layla against his March. And my hypothesis all along was that Meowzilla would perform better than Maplin, but I wasn't sure if she'd perform better than Crimson. And let's take a look at what the results show here. So first we had 4 battles where we did Crimson on my side, and he had his normal march, which I think is the same march. So we both have the same march. Mine's just a little stronger, so I won here. But so I win 59%. I win with 67% left. I win with 34% left. And I win with 58% left. Then I put the same skills on Meowzilla and used the exact same lineup against his exact same march. I win with 53 left. I win with 61 left. I win with 50 left. And I win with 58 left. Now on the surface, these results are very, very similar. I mean, we don't have the 67 or the 34 with Meowzilla that we had with Crimson, right? It's more stable with Meowzilla. Now that might be some of just, small sample size. We have 4 hits each. But, to try to get more of a feel for who's actually stronger and how much of it is somewhat luck, I tried to do a little deeper dive here. And I kind of looked at how much they proc. Like, if you look at the battle report in front of you right now, Crimson and Meowzilla proc the same for both of us, but my Layla procced 3 more times. If you look at the next one, his Layla procced 1 more time, and Crimson and Meowzilla procced the same again. On this one, Crimson and Meowzilla proc the same. My Layla procs 2 more times. And then on the 4th one, his Layla procs 2 more times, and his Crimson procs 1 more time than my Meowzilla. So, the proc rates were very, very close when Meowzilla on my side went against Crimson on his side. In fact, in the 4 rounds, my Layla proc 23 times, his Layla proc 21 times, my Meowzilla proc 27 times, and his Crimson proc 28 times. It's a negligible difference between the amount of times they procced. And so it's very even, and that's why you kind of get a steady result there, averaging that I have 55.5% left. Now with Crimson, I averaged having 54.5% left, but the proc rates were not as consistent as what we saw there. You can see here, the Layla proc rate, his procs 1 more, but with Crimson, mine procs 9 times, his only procs 4 times. You go to the next one, his Layla procs 6 more times, and the Crimsons are about even. Mine proc 1 more time. This is the one where I got knocked down to 34. That explains some of that. His Layla kind of went crazy. That's that one right there. On this one, his Layla still procced more, but my Crimson procced 3 times as many times as his Crimson did. And that's kind of why this was my best result, because, Crimson went 12 times to his 4. That's a big difference. And then the last one here, again, my Crimson procs 8 times, his 5, my Layla procced more too, and so we had 59 left. So when I added it up, his Layla did proc more than my Layla when we both used Crim. And procced actually, his Layla procced 10 more times, which is basically 2.5 times per battle. But my Crimson procced 17 times more than his. 41 to 24. That's 4.5 procs per battle. So when you look at that, that's a little bit more of a difference in my favor of, just proccing more when I had Crimson in than when I had Meowzilla in. Now, I don't have enough data to tell you that Meowzilla or Crimson's proc rate is different, but since I'm comparing to the same person, and my Crimson was proccing more than his Crimson, I know that my luck was better than his luck there. So when I look at that, it kind of tells me that when I used Crimson, my proc rate was a little bit favorable, but still the average result was actually 1% worse. I had 54.5% left on the average. So that makes me think that, you know what, at level 5, Meowzilla may actually be slightly better than Crimson Typhoon. Now, is it a huge difference? Probably not, because it's a 1% difference in my 8 samples here. And, assuming about a 2 proc difference, you know what I mean? Like, maybe it's a 4 or 5% difference. It's not a lot, but Meowzilla is really strong. And in that Stormroy Crimson Layla March, you put Meowzilla in there, and you may get better results than you do with Crimson. And I didn't think that was going to be the case, but it looks like that might be the case. I'll keep testing, and if I find something else, I'll come and update. But that's the way I feel about this right now. I think Meowzilla might be your best HP hero for Navy, especially if you're using Strom and Layla, because that gives her more damage reduction, and the damage reduction Meowzilla does helps Strom as well. So it's a good blend, and I think it will work pretty well together. That's the initial thoughts after testing. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Please take a minute to like and subscribe, and I will be back with more fun stuff for you guys. Cookie out.